Hello, welcome back. It's Friday with me, but it doesn't matter what day you're doing it on because you are doing a brilliant job. We're going to open the Bible, we're going to meet Jesus, we're going to learn about him, we're going to set ourselves up for a great day. How are you? Here we are. Brilliant. Hello, I'm Ed. This is the Faith in Kids Daily Family Bible Times. We have done 10 weeks through Mark's Gospel. We are so close. We are touching distance away. Oh, my hands disappear. We are touching distance away from the end of Mark's Gospel. Now, thank you to the families who have been sending me in the most amazing pictures. You did DIY Thursday yesterday. You did it on your own. Well done to Addie, Theo and Dimitri. Dimitri, thanks for smiling in the photo. I'm loving seeing mums and dads doing this. Zoe and Helen, thank you to the Barnsleys. You've got your soldiers out. What a good job you have done. Kyle, Archie and Isaac. Honestly, boys, you are boys after my own heart. My son regularly comes to eat without a shirt on. Thanks for sending us photos. Great job. Ethan, Eliza, Esme, Ezra and Eliana. Wow. Great job, team. Thank you so much. We've got rabbits. We've got bowls of cereal. We've got bowls open. Thank you so much. What a precious photo. Thank you for your smiles most of all. Well done for doing Bible time, team. Here we have Grace, Harry and Nathan. And you have got cars at the ready. Are you telling your story using cars? Boys, you are so creative. Thank you. Sorry, Grace, I know you're not a boy. I'm sorry about that. No, I'm not sorry you're not a boy, obviously. Libby, Ben and Alfie. And look, there's me in the background. Well done for doing your Bible time. You don't need me, do you? Is that what you reckon, Ben? You can do this on your own. Great job. Now, Harry and Abby, whoever hasn't put a colander or a sieve on their head has not lived. Today is a day for colanders and sieves on our heads. Harry, get it on your head. Well done, team. Thank you. Here we have Robin, Emily, and Ezra with Dad. Of course it is. Hello, Tom. Tom, thank you for smiling. Thank you for being in the picture. And can I say, Ezra, that is the biggest smile ever. Is that because you're the one with the Bible? Well done, Robin and Emily. Thank you so much for this picture. Who have we got here? We have got Thomas. Thomas, Batman, Joker. I'm sure that that is Jesus standing on his own as the crowd shouted at him. Thomas, good job. Well done. Esther, finally we've got you in a picture. Thank you, Esther. The great Manchester team, Naomi and Phoebe, thanks for getting your mum involved. What a lot of figures. And I am certain that is Pilate and Jesus being shouted at by the crowd. Well done for telling this story using your figures. And look, here's a first. We have got the whole family. Jenny, James, Ellie, Livia and Nate. Thanks, team, for getting your whole family. And I can see you've got labels. Barnabas, there's him shouting, I'm free. And we've got the crowd shouting, kill him. You had some fun making that one. Well done. Good job, team. Setting new standards. Kezia and Sebastian. Sebastian, are you dying on a cross or just excited to be in a picture? Kezia, thank you for sending us this photo of you with your Bible open. Great job, team. Here we have Matthew, Ethan, Eddie and Connie. Now, honestly, I'm not certain what's he called? Oh no, I've forgotten his name. Winnie the Pooh. Eeyore. Eeyore, a saucepan and a big spoon. But I'm certain it's a Jesus story. Matthew, Ethan, Eddie and Connie, thank you. It's lovely to meet you. What a good time we're having. Zoe, Sam and James. Look at your great figures. That is a good job. Listening to Zoe as she reads the Bible. Good job, boys. Kyle, Archie, Isaac and Mummy. Thanks, Mummy, for getting in this picture. Loving this. Well done, team. Boys, you keep smiling as you open the Bible and meet with Jesus. Esther, Naomi, Jemima, and Benjamin, and Dad in the picture, in the picture, in the picture. Good job. Thank you so much for those amazing pictures. We are in absolutely no doubt that you can do DIY days as well as when you're with me. But I'm here. It's a Friday. It's the last story of the week. Shall we get straight into it? Who's praying today? Hands up. Got it? Clear? Let's go. Amen. Amen. The Lord is with us. Right, should we do this? Now, tell me, do you ever pretend to be someone else? Have you ever tried to sound like your dad?
Hello, I'm very big. Come and sit at the table for dinner.
Or have you ever put on your mum's hat and coat and pretended to be your mum?
Children, you're not going out without your coat on, are you?
Or can you do an impression of your teacher? We had a teacher who always used to say, "Degree," at the end of every sentence, so we could easily pretend to be him.
Will everyone please sit down, Degree?
Who do you pretend to be? Can you do an impression of someone? Maybe you pretend to be like each other. In today's story, the soldiers make Jesus pretend to be a king. But what they don't understand is he really is a king. Sadly, in today's story, there's not a lot of laughing. Should we look at it together? Okay. Pilate's soldiers. Here are the soldiers. Here are the soldiers. And I'm going to use some dinosaurs to be soldiers today. Because when we hear this story, you'll realise that the way they treated Jesus was like he was a monster. Pilate's soldiers took Jesus into the governor's palace called the Praetorium. They called all the other soldiers together. They put a purple robe on Jesus. Let's put a purple robe on Jesus. I'm sure you don't have a purple robe, but maybe later, when you're telling this story again, you can make one. So, they put a purple robe on Jesus. Then they used thorny branches to make a crown for him. And they put that on his head so that it really hurt. Do you see? They've dressed him up like a bad king. A terrible purple robe they just found hanging on a hook. They made a crown out of bramble bushes and forced it onto his head. You know, what they're saying is, you say you're a king, you're a rubbish king. Then they called out to him, "Hail, King of the Jews!" The soldiers beat Jesus on the head many times with a stick. They just whacked him. They all lined up, making fun of him all the time, shouting, "Oh, hail the king!" as they whacked him over the head. They also spat on him. You know, to spit on people is to say you're not worth anything. You're like the floor I walk on. We don't do that to anyone. No one, doesn't matter what they've done, deserves to be spat on as if they're the floor. Then they made fun of him by bowing on their knees and worshipping him.
"Oh, we worship you, O King. We come and bow down before you."
None of them thought he was really a king. After they finished making fun of them, the soldiers took off the purple robe and they put his own clothes on him again. But I think they left the crown on him. Then they led Jesus out of the palace to be killed on a cross. They led Jesus out of the palace and walked him up to the cross. This is a sad story. We're getting very close to the moment when Jesus is crucified. These soldiers treated him awfully. They were monsters, the way they treated him. But you know, they got some things right, didn't they? Calling him a king, bowing down and worshipping him, giving him a crown and a robe. If only they knew. Shall we look at some questions together? I'll be with you on Monday for our last week of Mark's Gospel. We have got a plan, but in the meantime, could you start sending us your names and addresses? We have got something we'd love to send you to remember this journey we have been on together. So if you've been with us on this journey through Mark's Gospel, could you send us your names and addresses? We're only going to use these addresses to send these to you. Could you do that for us? Send them to info@faithinkids.org or on our Facebook page. Okay? Let's look at some pictures together. Questions. And I'll see you on Monday. Thank you for still being with me. I don't feel lonely. 3s to 5s. What did the soldiers do to Jesus? Can you remember 3 different things they did to Jesus? What do you think hurt Jesus the most? And it might not be what hurt him with sticks. It might be the words they said or the things they did. 8 to 11s. What did the soldiers actually get right? Look through this passage, read it once more, and every time they got something right, just cheer. Yeah! Even though they didn't know it. Over 11s. It is hard to think about this actually happening. How do you feel as you watch it? How do you feel as you think about it? Just take a moment of silence to consider this. Sometimes we do just need to be still and take the time to think. How do you feel as you watch it? And why is that? Press pause. I'll stop the video in a few seconds. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.